I found it. It's
Oh,
fine.
Two, one.
Okay, are we ready then?
I think so. Yeah,
I can only go till 9:30.
that's fine.
That's fine. I don't know how long it'll take actually. I was gonna say I don't think it'll take that long, but it could. Why does this spawn me all the way over there?
That's why you choose pancakes if the restaurant is questionable.
Oh yeah, I remember this conversation. You guys are like talking about like restaurants.
I do not remember this, and I was not here.
Yeah, that's saying that.
Okay. So first thing that I really notice, I'm in a wall right now. First thing I really noticed was that your demo was over here. You're trying to spam these guys up here, but you're putting yourself on low ground. It's better if you're over in the center, so then you can also get healed, and you'll still be able to charge stickies and hit those guys if you do want to hit them. Second thing, your soldier's bombing. Let's see what the rest of your team does. Oh, both your soldiers bomb. This is beast. You guys get their medic. So everyone turned around for those guys, so you can kill this soldier, and since you got their medic, now you just need to bottle up and make sure your medic lives. This is a ringer, yeah?
Yeah, it's a ringer.
Okay, then I won't criticize them too much. But they overchased that. If you guys... I don't know how much Jakey explained to you, because I wasn't there for the map review, but one of the core tenets of King of the Hill is that if you own the point, your spawn times are going to be longer. So you don't really want to be taking fights while you own the point. You want to be delaying those fights. So that means, like, don't go and chase kills, because even if you trade out that fight, it's actually worse for you, because you'll have a longer spawn timer. Alright.
I think we said 2 bunkers here, and I think like this is like the only time we successfully did it.
Yeah, so the question that has to come up with when you're bunkering is why are you bunkering? And that's because you have Uber and they don't, so you expect them to do a sack wave into you. So that's really the only time you would do a bunker. But you don't have to immediately go into the bunker because it's going to take them a second to like set up. Yeah, but here the sack wave comes and you guys are set up. Get these kills. I really like how you guys like saw the bunker wasn't really going that well, so you just backed up. I think your demo probably could have spammed these people with sticks and mulched them, and if you had like your soldier there sitting there, it would have been really good. But you did back up, but you did lose 2 scouts for it. So this Uber's probably not going to go very well. Alright, now your Uber's over, so you guys just have to back up. Your soldiers are bombing here, but there's nothing really to bomb. Besides, I guess, that demo that's isolated. Because your scouts are down and you own the point, you should be playing it safe here. Alright. Thankfully you guys both live and they leave. They kind of just like left there. They had a lot of presents that they could have taken. This is good. Minor thing, you don't need to be building really on King of the Hill all that much, because a lot of the time in between fights is going to be spent buffing your players. For example, this soldier needs to be getting buffed to 300, like Ash needs to be getting buffed to 300 during these off timings. It looks like you guys are kind of setting up to kite the Uber, which is good. Only thing is, I think you could have like a soldier and a scout playing a little aggressive on their shed, spamming them as they come in. Because with how passive you are, they're going to be able to get in really deep before they have to use their Uber. Alright, they just they just bomb in. And that soldier doesn't get your medic. So this is really good. You have 2 players behind them basically, and they're down 3. This is all of the players that they have. So you guys need to be calling collapse on these players, because these guys are all caught. You have your 2 players from behind attack them, have everyone in front attack them, and they'll get mulched. Don't tunnel the medic here. It's better to like kill the other players, especially. What was that?
I think that I didn't see the scouts, and my other scout was like fighting them. Like I assume my other scout was fighting them. So.
Yeah, it should have been called by your soldier who was fighting them inside the shed. If it wasn't, then it makes sense if you didn't know about it. But just don't chase the medic here, because the medic just Ubered. That's kind of a worthless kill. It's better to kill the scouts, because if the scouts kill your medic or force your medic, that's much worse than like that. The offset of getting their medic to getting your Uber forced isn't really worth it. And yeah, your medic drops there because they had their back turned. That's just a thing, being aware that their spawners are going to be coming. But the only reason that your medic had their back turned was because that scout hadn't died, like, immediately.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see how you guys are pushing. There are no Ubers, so you can actually take a dry fight. So usually, taking a dry fight, what my team likes to do is just send our soldiers behind. Looks like you guys get a kill, so that's good. So you should be taking this positioning. Yeah.
I think we just sack here. Like we delay. Like our sacks are really delayed. Like Jav usually calls the sacks, and like we would be at right now it's like 104, and he will call the sack at like I don't know, like 101 100 or something like that.
Yeah, that's fine, because it'll give like everyone time to reload and like get buffed up. But the bigger question would be, why are you sacking in this situation? You only really want to do a sack wave if they have Uber and you don't. And the reason why is because you can't push into another team if they have Uber. They'll just kind of mulch you with the Uber. So that's like the timing you do a sack wave and just build until you have Uber.
Yeah. Pretty sure the reasoning here was because we thought they had Uber for some reason. Like we miscounted. But...
It should be bigger disad because your medic died.
Yeah.
I guess their medic died as well, but their medic
probably wasn't healing, but our medic was.
I actually wasn't keeping track, but they could have denied their medic's spawn. But even if it's disad, if you're counting Ubers correctly, you'll know, like, yes, it's 20 disad, but they don't have Uber yet. So we can take the fight, and then when we're at 80% and we have all the positioning, that's when we do our sack wave. And it'll actually be much more effective. Alright, you guys do your sack wave. And then you like cancel it. So when you're doing the sack wave, everyone pretty much has to die at the same time. If people aren't ready to go at the time that's called, like people need to say that and it needs to be delayed. But dying like one after the other isn't really good at all. Especially when it's this late. Yeah, because Fugazi, look how much longer your spawn is compared to your teammates. Alright, now you have Uber and they have Uber. So what you're trying to do with this situation is get rid of both the Ubers. You take your pocket scout and your medic, and you Uber into them, try to get as deep as possible. Like, if you just run up this left side area, you'll be able to get, like, to here before you have to Uber. And that's when you take an exchange, try to make them flash as much as possible, and that'll give your team the space to come in. If you don't do that, then you're kind of just walking into spam, and your health is going to be way worse in this fight. Alright, you guys are getting ready to do something. This is good. You have a lot of space. So, you're just Ubering it now. It's just who was initiating on that fight that was incorrectly timed. You should have your Uber be initiating, because now, by the time you've Ubered, you have 2 players that are dead, and they haven't even Ubered, so it's possible that they don't even get forced here. If you have your Uber come in, force them with that Uber, then when the Uber is over, then all your players can collapse on these guys, and it'll just be a better fight. But now since you lost 2, it's gonna be really hard. Yeah, now that they use, just run. Yeah, your medic gets caught there, because they didn't have a scout to run them out. So it's 30 disads, so you guys probably do another sack wave, but it's the same thing where you don't need to. And also, make sure everyone's like getting buffs before the sack wave. Alright, you guys are in. The timing is just really weird. Like, it seems like half the players are ready to go in on that timing, but then the second half of players aren't. Everyone needs to be on the same page, and as soon as it gets to that time, like, everyone needs to just W in. Like, you can't really delay or, like, play passive. If it's, like, not the best sack, you still have to commit. Yeah, by the time when you're using, like, you don't really have, or you're down players. Also, a very small thing, you can't cap if you're Ubered on King of the Hill. And you can't deny the cap either. It's really a dumb mechanic. That's why you have to just, like, Uber early on those. You guys are really passive. Jav, you can be playing like on this crate or like on this top right area. Fugazi, you should be standing like right here, spamming across the point, and then your medic, Yibris, will just be like right behind you there. But when you're this far back, there's nothing you are able to do to actually support your soldiers. So you're kind of just letting them die and hoping that they get something. You're not actually helping them because you're so passive. Yeah, and by the time like you did aggress, it was already like a little late. But somehow Fugazi's a magician and gets the demo and the medic.
I killed the medic.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Air shot.
Oh, nice.
It was incredible.
Alright, you guys are bunkering. This is a good timing on the bunker, because you have Uber. Miner? What's that?
Something that happened during our bunkers was that like our medic would sit in bunker, right?
Yeah.
And then we would have like 2 or 3 people outside of shed, and those 2 or 3 people will always get picked off first, like always. Like the med will walk forward, and then they will just like pick us off, and then they'll just force us out of shed.
Yep.
Like,
So
that's something that happened a lot.
that's the counter to the bunker strategy. They just kill the people that aren't in the bunker, or they bait the point. What your teammates who aren't in the bunker need to be looking for and calling is if their medic is committed. And committed basically means like beyond this like line over here. If you like the medic's up towards the point here, then you can just Uber a demo and a scout right here and bomb across and you'll kill them. Or if you see like the medic's not committed but there are players baiting the point, you can just kind of go backdoor and rotate and just spam them off of point. But it's just that the players that are outside need to be keeping track of that and recognizing what's going on. Minor thing, Ash, stand like in this doorway, because then you'll be blocking people from walking in. So, you guys, it kind of looked like you're looking for fights. Let them come to you. Like, the scout shouldn't be chasing over to the left to shoot this soldier. Jav, you shouldn't be running at these people here. Like, actually commit to the bunker if that's what you're doing. And then if they bait point, your demo can spam them out. Like, now you just, like, gave them a free kill and free 2 kills, and they're able to take a lot more ground. This is good though. You guys are getting a lot of good time on this. But just like spam them out. Let them come to you. It's not your job when you own the point to initiate fights. Like because you guys were so aggressive there trying to initiate fights, your medic got bombed and forced. Like this scout should have been back with your medic.
Sorry to interrupt it. Is it okay if I leave since I gotta go?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Here.
Another minor thing, if you guys are playing Disad, it's better to play from main here because you have vision on everything. When you're in Valley, you can't really see what the other team's doing. So they could get pretty deep here and then Uber and still catch you. But if you're main, you'll be able to see them coming. Alright, and you guys got the force and you only lost 1 for it. So this is a really good fight for you guys. The only thing, this soldier is probably just a little too fast. It looked like you were trying to go for a market garden, which I respect.
I was feeding for a spin.
Yeah, definitely respect that, but in a match, like, don't do that. Just like wait, take this high ground here, create the space for your teammates to come in, then once your teammates are here, you can bomb again and catch them as they leave. But yeah, because you're so fast there, like, you just kind of die. Oh, and then their demo owns you guys. That's so sad. After both your scouts die, it's better just to not use the Uber. Like, you weren't really getting pressured by anything. They were already pretty much leaving. You can just hold the Uber and wait for your players to get back here. Because your demo by himself isn't really going to be able to get much. This is really good. You guys are just spamming them and letting them come to you. What my team likes to do is have a hold where we say like we're holding on their side of point, which will mean like where Fugazi is now, you can spam. Like where Ash is, Ash can be there. And then spam them as they come in, and then once they're in, just back up and play on our side of point, which is more of like where you guys are now. It's just like a small way to slow them down just a little more. And instead, because like half of you guys are passive and half of you are aggressive, Ash just kind of got bombed and died. Like if you guys were up there, you would have been able to maybe trade that out or just let Ash live. And then same thing here with your demo. Your demo is playing aggressive, but the rest of you were sitting back, so your demo just got like caught out. And you guys need to be on the same page. Like, are we holding aggressively or are we holding passively? Alright, you guys leave. Do you get caught by the Uber? No, you live, beast. Almost got that kill. Unlucky. Alright, so you guys have full Uber ad. This is good. On full Uber ad on King of the Hill, what a lot of teams are gonna do is just like Uber into you. But since they have to be playing passive, you can actually kind of like walk it in pretty deep. And get pretty far without having to use, and you can even maybe like get onto the point if they're like really passive. One thing I will say though, soldiers shouldn't be committing like that when you have Uber ad. If you're going to try to kill them, let the Uber be the one that commits first. That scout needs to be getting flashed in this Uber. Salvage, get the medic. Oh, that rocket. That sucks. Yeah, you guys didn't have a clear idea of if you really wanted to take that Uber like into them and try to kill their combo, or like who you were really shooting. So you guys kind of all took separate fights. Like your soldier bombed over here, died before the Uber. Then after the Uber, you had like a scout in house, your demo on point. Then like your soldier bombing behind the house. Then you had someone else fighting over here. Before the Uber, you need to be calling like where they are, and we're going into them at this place. And then like during the Uber, if that changes, your main caller needs to be calling like shoot these people. And like people on your team can't be tunneling. If they're like fighting over here and the call is to shoot the people on left, you need to just back up from that fight and rotate. Oh my god, that scout. That scout lives. Oh my god. Alright, that's crazy stuff right there.
Fucking miracle right there.
It looks like this is a sack wave. Oh my god, it works. Alright, so that one was kind of weird. You had your demo and your soldier like kind of living behind them a really long time, which then allowed Ash, who is kind of slow, to get here and just shoot them in the back. So, I don't know, I kind of like it. That probably shouldn't have worked, though. Alright, they're doing like a pseudo forward hold. You guys are taking a really long time. I think you could have been a little faster with this.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
If you see that they're this committed and you guys have Uber ad, that is a very clear, hey, let's like Uber into them, scout demo, and then like a soldier can land on them and maybe get a flash, but it'll be massive. Instead, you guys are like really afraid to use your Uber. It's okay to use your Uber as long as you can catch the med. Instead, like you guys held on to it just a little too long, and then you got forced at the end. So It was just like the worst outcome. But it's fine, because you own the point. Oh, so aggressive. It's kind of a feat, though.
Okay, their demo was fast every single mid, and you always saw him alone, and that mid was slow.
Yeah,
It was
even...
kind of lucky.
Yeah. I guess it's fine if you were recognizing that he was fast and just wanted to go fast on him. But now you guys have lost the mid, so just live. Just get out. Yep.
The control point is being contested.
Probably my fault, but in an alternate universe, he does that, so...
It was
Yeah.
an unbelievable play in an alternate universe.
Exactly.
Yeah, the timing on that's kind of going to be hard on Clearcut, because the rollout's pretty short, so the team will be, like, right behind. Like, if you think a map like Sunshine, the rollout on that one is really long, so the demo's alone for a long time. So it's a little easier to kill the demo by doing a fast rollout, because the team won't be there to support them. But on Clearcut, like, they'll be right behind them. Alright, you guys are close enough to Uber that you can just get Uber, have everyone get buffs, and then take an exchange. Where are their demos traps? There's a single sticky there. One there.
Single sticky traps.
Yeah, I don't know where this guy's trapping. Alright, you guys have Uber. What are you doing? You guys are just like chilling. You can't... There's rarely a situation on King of the Hill where you can be doing nothing. Doing nothing is the losing strategy. Because it's time-based. Like, as long as you're doing nothing, they're just getting more time. And you'll have a lot of games where it comes down to the wire. Like, say you just lost, like, I don't know, like 10, 15 seconds there. Remember the previous round, they only had 15 seconds left on the clock, so that could matter. Alright, this time you guys are exchanging into them. Solo demo, which it works because Fugazi's a beast. But what's happening is your soldiers... Your scout died before the Uber, so that one's fine. But your soldiers need to wait to commit until the Uber is over. Because if you're dying during the Uber, it's just not great. What you're trying to do is wait for the Uber to end. So right now, they're all on point, and then your teammates are calling, okay, collapse on the point. So you're going to bomb these players on the point. Your teammates, they're going to be shooting these players on the point. And it's all just going to be focus fire. Instead, like, your teammates were backing up, and that's when you bomb these people top left, so they were able to take that fight where their combo could shoot you and these flank players could also shoot you. So it's just an unfavorable fight. Does that soldier get anything? No. It's kind of a feat though. Alright, no Ubers. You guys have better spawns. Like, take this into them. Fast fight here. This is good. You get their demo too. So, after you get their demo like that, you can just chill on the point. I don't think you need to be playing in the house because it's even Ubers, and their medic is still alive. If their medic was dead, sure, maybe. But the problem with playing in the house is that it's just really passive. So your players, like, on the point, capping, don't really get heals. Alright, that's good though. You guys come out of the house.
Well, yeah, I think this is what... So that soldier and medic were in that house for, like, a really long time. Or, like, at least that soldier was. and then like our entire team just did not fight them. Like I think Ash was getting healed by Yiv like in the shed, and our Fugazi was alone fighting on point with Jav, and Ash is low health right now.
So you don't really need to fight them in that situation. Remember what I said?
Yeah, but like half of us were fighting, and half of us weren't fighting.
Yeah, I think the better play, you got the demo, so you can just sit back and cap the point for free and just spam them. You don't need to be committing to a fight. So the reason you're not committing is because you're pretty much guaranteed the point, and that makes your spawns longer. So if you commit to a fight and die, it's going to be worse for the next fight, because you'll have a long spawn. And now it's even like it forced your team to delay a little, but then like you got an extended spawn anyway. Like see, look how long Fugazi's spawn is, and you have like no soldiers for a while here. Add in the time it takes to roll out, that's a really long time for this fight to be going on. If you guys had all lived and like healed up, just taken the point, then you would have positioning and be able to kill them as they come in. And then your medic dies. That guy's a feeder. I don't know why he was there. I would have died to that too. Oh my god, you're crazy. Alright.
I think I was just like, you know what? I'm alive. I'm just gonna go feed.
Yeah, if their scouts were better, you never would have touched the ground.
It's Newcomer.
Yeah, exactly.
And our med dies.
Yeah, so that situation, you should kind of know that like they're gonna try to kill your medic. So it's either like sit back for a second, wait for their feeders to come in, or get in really fast and then like look for the feeders. So no medics, this is fine. Everyone just needs to focus fire. Focus on the scout, that's good. Now focus this soldier.
I got it shot.
Yeah, you're also kind of just like jumping all over the place. You're trying to be Jay.
I'm feeding.
Yeah.
You need to see the. Hold on. Are we done with reviewing like the other one that we did? Like the other Clearcut one? Because I got like 9 microcurrents on that one.
Oh yeah, that was funny. I mean, we'll see how long this one goes, because this was a pretty long time.
Yeah, so this is one of those timings where they're not doing anything, so look how much cap time you're getting. This is what you want to be happening when you own the point. You just want to like spam them and slow them down from coming in. Bunkering's fine there for a second, but once they have Uber, it's not really worth it to bunker. Because that's when you're trying to spam them and make them use as they come in. But if you guys are so passive, you're not really going to be able to do much. They just Uber in there. They're crazy. So, since you guys are so passive, this is kind of working out unless you lose people here. You want to Uber and save people since they use so early. Yeah, your soldier's kind of all alone there, so they're going to die. Same with your scout. It's okay, since they use so early, you guys can just Uber back into them like before your players die. Yeah, and then you gotta leave. If you don't get anything with the Uber and you're down 3, you need to leave. Oh my god, no.
The medic.
Ah, that's sad.
I'm gonna go feed.
Like Jav, you don't need to be tunneling these people after the Uber. Because the Uber just ended and you guys, I mean, you got back cap during that, it was kind of weird. But imagine you didn't and you own the point. Like, just back up. Let them come into you.
Okay.
Nice, you guys are buffing both soldiers. Just making sure one of your soldiers isn't static jumping. Fugazi, be careful like Wing across the point when there are people on high ground. If these people were shooting down at you, you would be dead. Oh, that's crazy you lived there. Oh, medic, go get a pack. Do you die to this soldier? You live, beast. Alright, you guys don't have to give this up. They're about to deny their spawns. Like, keep fighting. This is really good. You get a force, or you get force, so you have to be getting their force as soon as possible. I mean, getting the point is fine if you're getting these kills. Just immediately be ready to play disad here. That one was really good because none of you died. If you had players died, which a lot of you were really hurt, they would have been able to walk in. But now, since you all lived, you're able to set up for a force as they come in. Alright, they did the same thing that you guys do, where you send the soldiers in and then Uber. That's the wrong order. You should have the Uber be going in first. Somehow it works out for them. They just win their 1v1s. Yeah, and then you guys lingered in here too long. If it's disad, don't be in the house, because you're just putting yourself in a box that you're gonna get caught in. Like, it's so easy for them to bomb here, and like, what are you gonna do? They have Uber. Like, they're invincible. It's much safer to be leaving main here. Alright, does this trap get anything? Oh, see ya, Jav.
Jav, I remember I was calling that and you still walked forward.
Yeah, no, I got evaporated. That was...
Oh yeah, that'll happen. That happens like to my team where people call stuff and then people just walk out anyway. That's never going away. So you guys actually had Uber ad because your medic lived, so you could have taken this into them. Especially now that you have a player ad. Instead you're just like really slow to aggress. Oh my god, that demo. Kill that guy. Jav, there was no point in really going into the house here. If you just jumped up onto the roof, like, you'd be able to see more, and you would have been able to fight that demo sooner.
Okay.
Alright, you get the force. Save your players. This is really good. Don't deny your spawner. Alright, that's fine. You denied the scout that died, like, a half a second before you capped. if you have a scout on the high ground over here, that soldier won't be able to bomb that aggressively because you'll just deny them. Which is just like a really small thing.
Would that normally be me or?
Normally that'd be your flank scout, but since your flank scout was dead during that situation, you can fill in.
Okay.
And this is another situation. If you're on this high ground, that soldier wouldn't have been able to bomb.
Mhm.
So like you can play this high ground and then back up to the other high ground. It's just better than like being on the ground. It's actually a fight you can take if you guys all focus. What is?
I think they DC'd or something.
Oh, that's sad.
It was lagging out.
Yeah. If they hadn't disconnected there and you guys all like focus fired, it was actually a winnable fight.
The control point is being contested.
Oh, what the? Their med's committed. So Fugazi, you don't need to be looking into the shed to get that medic. Just put stickies on the ground here and then like block him from escaping. It's your team's job to push him into your stickies. Don't be building if you see your soldier like with the escape plan running, because they need a buff.
Our control point is mission ends in 60 seconds.
So this is what's happening. You guys are trying to bunker and they're just baiting the point. There's no reason to bunker here because you don't have Uber. You only really want to bunker if you have Uber and think that they have a reason to kill your medic. But they don't, because like they got picks, so they're just walking in for free. Yeah, and then you leave the bunker and your med gets caught for it. But like really, you shouldn't have been in the bunker in the first place. Careful not to die here. Yeah, if you, once you were fighting alone there, so dying there is a feat. I think you would have lived if you didn't get caught on this, but
Oh yeah, Ringer went spy here and just stopped the med.
Mission ends in
oh, okay. Let's see if you guys make noise. You should still make noise.
I was calling that I was going, but like he stabbed before I even started to jump.
Yeah, it was a ringer, but they should be calling for you guys to like be pressuring. So just like peek main and just like be spamming them. So then they're all looking at you.
Yeah, I said I was gonna jump behind them to like cause a distraction,
Yeah.
but like they decloaked and stabbed the medic before I even like was getting buffed. I was gonna like, okay, I'm gonna create a distraction and just stab the medic. So I don't know.
Yeah, be careful though about bombing like backdoor there, cause that'll make the medic turn around and look at that.
I was bombing like behind.
Oh, were you going to? I missed that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a scout and soldier chased me. So
Yeah. So after you guys get their medic, you can take a slow fight walking in and just kind of like spam them out. But what you're really trying to do is protect your medic as you walk in. So you know that like soldiers are going to be landing on you, like their demo's going to be spamming at you, and scouts are just going to be Wing. So play in like a close ball to your medic, so you're able to kill all these people that are just like feeding into you. Don't deny your demo. No. Again, ringer. But Jason, you also capped, so I can yell at you.
yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah, never deny your demo, and never deny your medic, and never deny a player that has like less than 5 seconds left on their spawn. Deny meaning like cap and extend their
Yeah,
spawn.
yeah, yeah. I know what denying is.
I know. I was just saying it for everyone, just in case.
My brain was just turned off.
Yeah, that happens.
Mission ends in alert. The control point is being contested.
Yeah, notice that soldier came into you and you guys mulched him. Just be ready for the second soldier. But like that's good. Like you want to kill the people that are feeding into your medic there. All right, chat up, win this fight. Aw, sad.
Mission ends in 10 seconds.
You might be able to get there in
Oh
time.
yeah, well, I think we win this. Like our pyro just like W'd onto point and we won.
Yeah,
I remember this.
it was really fun.
it was so stupid. Like we all just W'd onto point and we won.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I think their demo is rolling out, but oh my god. Be careful if the point is trapped there. Like soldiers should be bombing to high ground there and shooting down at the point, shooting at the people spamming it, and like your demo should be making sure that they're not doing the same to you. But yeah, that was good. You guys had just enough time to get onto the point. But like, see how that one came down to the wire on time? That's why, like, to stress, like, not doing anything, like, that's a losing strategy. Ash, make sure you're never landing on the point, like, because you'll just be taking, like, they're playing really passive here. So you guys can kind of realize that and take positioning, like this is what you're doing. But normally they would have had like a scout on this crate and landing on the point, you would have gotten mulched. So this is good. You guys get a kill. You trade it out. That's fine. You can just bait the point here and spam them because they've lost all the positioning. So just spam them and don't let them come back in. That's good. So, this is another one of those situations where you don't necessarily need to bunker because it's even. But sometimes teams will do sack waves, so I don't think it's bad.
The control point is being contested.
Yeah, this time. Their soldiers tried to commit and then they Ubered. It's the same thing as before, but look how it didn't really work for them this time because like you were more ready for it. Like they lost one soldier for it and this other soldier's not going to be ready to recommit. So you guys are just going to be able to Uber back into them and your collapse should be much better. Instead, you're playing so like passive and scared that by the time you do Uber, you're not able to chase them. This team has been Ubering into you like every single time, so just be ready to take the Uber back into them. And like don't give up all of this ground to be able to just have like a 1 second better Uber. But that's good. Like your collapse was much better. You got the demo and you got that soldier that was hurt. I like trapping over here since they've been going over here every single time.
I think I was calling for Fugazi to trap that. Like I say, like just trap that room. They go through it every single time.
Yeah, that's...
And they started going through window instead.
Well, yeah, they had spotted the trap, so that's probably why they went upper. But like that's exactly kind of what you want to be thinking. If a team is going through the same doorway every time, like trap it. Yeah, just give that up. That's good. I'm not really sure how your other players died. I guess your scout was like pretty aggressive. But just play to live on defense. Even if you think there's like an opportunity for a juicy kill, it's not really worth it. You can be playing like around here, Yivbris, and just beaming both of your scouts that are on point, like shooting anything that tries to walk towards you. Like this is a good fight. If you back up here, it's gonna give them the opportunity to pick off this scout. Oh, and your soldier bombs in. Gets the force, yeah, but yeah, you lost players for it. Alright, they denied their demo, so kill these feeders and you'll be able to push back into them. This is really good. Take this fight really fast before their demo can respawn and fight you guys. You send a soldier behind, that's great. Yeah, now the point's for free. One thing I will say about going behind though is you don't really need to do it if you're gonna easily get the point. And because you guys had a 2-player advantage, like, you don't need to go behind. Going behind is generally if you're trying to, like, create an advantage by, like, drawing people back. But you already had that advantage. Yeah, don't be building. You have a soldier that needs a buff. Also, even if you're going to be building in the house is the worst place to do it because you don't have vision of anything. If you really want to build, like build around here, like stand on the crate or something. So then you're actually able to see them aggressing and you'll be able to switch to your scattergun. Like right now, if a soldier bombs, it's going to take you half a second longer to pull out your scattergun. Alright. You guys get forced, lose a scout for it. You have so much cap time. So, on medic, like, you just focus on living here. You don't really need to commit because you have so much cap time, it's just better to live. Unfortunately, you got, like, juggled a little in the corner. And then the feed! Was the 9 Market Garden game or whatever before this one?
I think it was after this one.
Oh,
Yeah, well, yeah, the game with like the quad market gardener in one life was on Snake Water.
Okay. I was gonna say if it was before.
Round of that one snake water game.
What's up?
The 5th round of that one snake water game.
Yeah. That was a classic.
Yeah, you guys aren't really doing anything here.
You should watch my YouTube video on it. It's my Newcomer frag montage.
It's so good.
Alright, you sack wave, you get their medic, this is great. Everyone else just should live, protect your medic. Yeah, instead, like, you're committing too much to this fight. Like, just play passive, protect your medic after their medic dies.
I think it was miscommunication. Like, we thought we were going in. Like, our medic thought we were going in, but we were just going for a stack.
Yeah, that'll happen too. Especially, like, you just killed their medic, so it's like, oh, sick, their medic's dead, let's push. But you gotta take those fights slow. Alright, and then... So, you guys were taking a bunch of, like, 1v1s here and there, but that was actually good, because they own the point. So look how much longer their spawns are. Like, that scout has an 18-second spawn, compared to, like, your longest spawn is 8 seconds. Like, that's why it's good. Just make sure you don't deny these players. Oh, okay. You had no time, so you can cap. Alright, that's fine then. Yeah, that was really good. Um, any questions on that?
So what would a proper either disad or even hold be?
Let me load up the map.
Oh.
Oops. Okay. So disad kind of depends on the timing, but really you'll have your pocket scout back here, your medic like in the house. You guys are ready to leave, and then the rest of your team, they're gonna go in and like die as the medic comes in.
Okay.
Like that's when you'll do like a sack wave if you're ready for it. If you own the point already and like they're coming in and like standing on the point, then you'll just be able to sack into them. Otherwise, like say they own the point and you're doing a sack wave, like you'll be back here. You don't have to go all the way back to spawn as Pocket Scout and Medic. You can stand here and you'll still be able to see everything. The only thing is like you're not like you don't want to commit to fights here. Okay. Uber exchanges. That's what I wanted to talk about. So this is when you do not own the point and both teams have Uber. You're just trying to get the Ubers out of the way. So you can take your Pocket Scout, like walk all the way over here, make sure you're like checking that spot for traps. You can have traps in that lamp above here. There can be traps like all over here. Just kind of like walk up this way. You'll be able to get pretty deep, like basically to here, if they don't notice you. And right here, you Uber. Their medic should be standing right here. Just get the force really quick. Then like shoot around, like try to get them to flash a ton. Then back up to your side. And that's when you're calling to your team, alright, collapse like wherever they are. Say they're like chasing you because they're like, oh, our Uber's so much better than yours. Like, look, they're running away. So they're all on the point. Then you're like, collapse on the point. Your soldiers are just going to high bomb and like land on them or land on high ground. Just shoot down on them. And that's what you'll do in that situation. And hopefully you'll come out on top of that. The only things to be careful of, make sure you don't overstay your welcome here, because it is really easy for them to catch you if their Uber is way better. So, like, if you're not getting the force, like, try to, like, live behind them, jab, or, like, draw eyes, and then Yivbris, you're just gonna back up. And, like, the rest of the team should kind of be just, like, spamming, like, playing passive. Even Ubers. I think did I cover that? The even Uber hold part of your question?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I just remembered that. So it's a little out of order in answering your question. Sorry about that. So you can have your flank scout like on this crate, like rotating back and forth between these two things. As pocket scout, I like to play up here because you're just able to like deny soldiers and like chill. And like if they're baiting caps, sometimes I rotate back here. Demo, you're just going to be spamming across point, making sure they're not baiting it. Soldiers can be on high ground. Like, you can play aggressive spam here, but once they're spamming you, just, like, give it up. Like, don't take 1,000,000 damage to do it. As soon as they're spamming you, just leave. It's better to not take that spam than to, like, get an extra rocket and take it. Medic, you'll be like standing like over here, just like normal. Standing over here is pretty much where you'll be in most parts on this map. The thing you're trying to spot, like, this is why I like being up here on Pocket Scout, it's because you're able to see everything. You're able to see where their beam is, and you're spotting what door they're going to be coming through. Because, like, ideally, they're trying to do that same thing, where, like, they walk up through this far left side and like exchange into you. So if you're able to spot that early, then your entire team can spam them as they come in. And instead of getting forced all the way up there, like they have to use back here. And then it's so much longer. So your Uber will be much better. That's something that I think you guys should really like focus on, is having better collapses than them after Uber exchanges. And that's something that happens pretty frequently in Koth, and like everyone should be set up for it, so it's a really good time to practice that. Whereas like on 5CP, it only sometimes happens. But it does happen on 5CP, so like what you learn on Koth will be able to transfer. Any questions?
No, not for me. Any of you guys?
Out of 4 pugs.
Maybe.
Yeah, you gotta add up.
Let's see you play a pug.
Me?
Yeah, my favorite streamer. I gotta watch this.
Oh yeah. Pugs are fun sometimes. If you have a team that doesn't know what they're doing, it can be pretty painful. Alright, well that's all I had for you guys, so you're free to go.
Alright.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Thanks, Mr. Shadow Phoenix.
You're welcome.
Just so you know, guys, real quick, our next game is out against RPI Team B, the world famous. So,
The 5th round demo night pyro heavy rollout.
yeah, you're going to
Nice.
put high again. So hopefully that should be fun.
Yeah, you should review that demo.
Watch Jason's video. It's really.
Oh yeah. The
Hold on. Let me
10 minutes
send
of-
it. Let me send it.
Oh my god. Was that a good time to use your charge and charge?
It was Tide Turner.
Oh, you're on Tide Turner.
I sent it in general.
Okay,
It's
let
great
me watch
video.
this.
No, because I spawned in.
It's everything that happened during that night.
What are your settings?
Soldier on me?
This is the true 2007 experience.
Yeah.
Damn it, is dead.
Jason's backcapping.
I cannot.
That's huge.
I will spawn.
Alright,
Nothing about that snake water swim made sense.
chaos.
Oh, please don't get their medic on the spawn camp. Oh, you turned away. Wait, you get it anyway.
Or never mind.
That's gonna die.
No! You missed the air shot. That's so sad.
Jay, you're so mean.
Wait, what the fuck? They just let you do this to them?
Yeah, a scout, a soldier, and another soldier was chasing me. I'm already recurring 2 of the soldiers, and I think I later killed the scout too.
Wait, they're med craters from that? What the fuck? Dude, Newcomer's an experience.
It's
Nothing
so
about that screen made sense.
Oh my god! You fucking beast!
Okay, can I
Guys.
allow it?
Oh, no, I'm not gonna roll out a spy. It could...
No, roll it.
Wait, does that mean that I could have.
I still have no idea how Fugazi lived like with 1 health in their shed for like 20 seconds before he died.
Here, I see a stair. Dude, I don't know either. I think they thought they killed me.
Yeah, because I jumped in, I forced them, I was respawning, you were still alive, and by the time I was like at mid, like jumping back to mid, you were still alive.
Yeah, and I damaged him enough so you could just kill them at it.
Yeah, let's back out.
Soldier's still behind us, he's bombing.
Very interesting.
Oh yeah.
I told you guys this.
Get out. Yeah. Dead. Alright, well, they're 2 down. Thanks very much for the demo review.
There's 3
I
down.
think it was great. I'm gonna head out. Fugazi, be sure to send me those demos. All 3 are on. So I can go submit them to Katie.
Demon's hit 50,
Okay.
he's alone.
Alright, thanks guys.
Med City.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for helping out.
No problem. I wanted to do this one like earlier in the week, so it's not like the day of your match.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry about that for Snake, by the way.
No, don't worry about it.
Alright, I'm heading out as well.
Alright,
Peace out,
see ya.
guys.
Lol, I'm in their shed right now. I'm actually trolling.